Okay, I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm in the picture here, but I'm bleaching the sap on these walnut slabs. A lot of times they oxidize somewhere in the drying process, and it kind of makes it all blend. There's no contrast. So in this particular slab, this, when it was first cut, and I'm going to have some pictures posted, was nice pure white sap right in this area here. And I've done so far one coat of 2-part wood bleach I've sprayed on here with an airbrush. I'm going to show that in a second. What I want is I want to get it back to that fresh cut look. You can see some of this is starting to come back white. When you do this 2-part wood bleach, it turns the oxidized sap red, raises the grain slightly. Once you get to the point where you're going to do you're going to bleach this back to white, the sap areas, is you want this sanded down to 240 grit, whatever you're going to sand it down to right before you finish it. When you're done bleaching, you're just going to lightly scuff it with some 220, just enough to knock kind of the rough spots down. Once you plane bleach this down, if you mess up or you got a big drip you don't miss or something, all you got to do is sand it, and it'll sand off, or run it through a planer or whatever and take off just a very, very small amount of wood, and you can be right back to where you started. The bleach does not go in that far. Let me show you what the bleach is that I use. This is a 2-part wood bleach. It's pretty nasty stuff. And you mix part A and part B together. You're going to use it. Whatever you don't use, you're just going to dump and clean your gun, or not your gun, but your little airbrush. I'll show you that in a second. I pour these into little small containers that I can use to fill my airbrush, which is just, this is just a cheap little airbrush. I got the mixture in there, and you can see it spraying out there. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I don't know if I'll grab the camera and try to do a close-up as I do this. You gotta be careful of drips on the parts you don't want. They can't hear me that good, but I'm gonna go around and try not to hold this gun over any good parts in case it drips, and I'm gonna spray one more coat. You don't want to use a foam pad or a brush. It leaves too much material right at that edge and it bleeds over. And I tried it that way once and it looked like crap, and I ended up running it through my planer and starting all over again. This feathers it really nicely. As you spray, I don't know if you noticed, the red is coming back. The oxidized sap turns red, and I'll put my mask on here when I notice the smell gets bad. It actually, it'll start feeling it burn your eyes. And here I'm trying not to hold my gun over the good heartwood areas, and you can also spray this in heartwood areas and basically bleach it white like the sap. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Let me get over here on the upwind side. This was perfectly book matched, and you're going to see one of the pictures of when it was fresh cut. And the more you plane book match boards, the more each face differs because you're getting further away from that cut line. And this here used to be more set, a thinner spread of heartwood and a real thin spread of heartwood here. And so basically the more I planed it, the more this went away and the more heartwood I got into here. So I basically, the more I plane this, the more closer I'm getting to more sap, the further away I'm getting from sap. So I'm trying to make this look symmetrical by just doing this right here. And I'm just gonna leave that right there. And I'm actually gonna sand that a little bit. I hit that with bleach right away and then I kind of wiped it off and it kind of turns it red. So if I sand that, that'll bring it brown. I can just hand sand that in that area. This stuff kind of clogs up your gun, so I'm not getting a lot of flow right now. So I'm gonna cut the film here and clean this off a little bit, and then you'll notice the more I do this, I've done like 2 light coats. The more I do this, the more of this red will turn to white. And this is really great for if you get a set of walnut slabs. A lot of times on the ends of the slab, the longer a log sits, this will oxidize in on the sap. You know, where you got sap along the very edges of your boards. And this works great, you know, because that will be brown and it'll just turn nice white sap. And then right at the other end of the log, it'll be brown. So what's great about being able to do this is you can make the sap white along the whole edge. And also if you got a set of slabs and there was bark damage before it was cut up, like on the tree, and the log sat for a month before it was cut. And let's say it was, the bark was just damaged right here, and air got in here. This sap would oxidize brown all the way in. So you could have nice white sap, then you got this ugly brown spot, and then you got sap again. So it's really great for equalizing it out. A lot of times you have internal stain. So I gotta clean this really quick, and then now I'm just cleaning it with some mineral spirits. You don't want to leave this stuff in your gun for very long. I made that mistake in the beginning, and I had to take the whole gun apart. It completely clogged the gun horribly. But I'll do a small area here.
And you can see it turn red when the bleach hits it. It turns really red.
You'll notice the how much lighter it is now. And again, if I didn't like the results, all I'd have to do is take off a 32nd of an inch, and I'm right back to what I had. Okay, so that's like 4 light coats so far. Now I'm going to let it sit for an hour and then come back and spray on another coat. I've been at this basically total springtime, maybe 15 minutes, putting like 4 coats on. Okay, so this is the 5th coat. You can see it's most of the sap has been bleached. I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 more coats, and then I'm going to be sanding on the heartwood areas, kind of take out some of that blending, and I'll darken it back up. Basically what that means is anywhere you've bleached, if you don't like a space or a spot where you've bleached, you can, if you go in with a orbital sander, 320 grit, you can kind of take that, you can bring the color back, I guess. You can go backwards. Things I found is in doing this that these bark areas, the overspray from the bleach or whatever, it doesn't seem to affect the color of any of these layers of inner bark.